Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to another episode of Crazy Women Country. I'm Donna.
I'm Paula, and today we have Carli Ann Tuttle with us. How are you doing?
How's everybody? I'm doing really good.
Fantastic.
We're awesome. I think we're all surviving the heat too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're getting there. I need air conditioning in my room, but yeah, that's good.
It's hot and rainy where I'm at, so like every afternoon we get a lot of rain, which kind of cools it down. But then the muggy hot's not fun either.
No, that makes it worse. But yeah, cool. So tell all our fans, who is Carli?
So I am 21 years old. I'm a singer-songwriter. I was born and raised in Melbourne Beach, Florida. I grew up listening to so much music. When I was like 7, I started playing guitar, started writing when I was 13. And I've just kind of really found music as a way to express myself. I was into sports and a lot of other stuff when I was little, but music is really just the one thing that stuck with me the most. So since I moved up to Nashville when I was 18 to go to Belmont University, since I've been there, just so inspired by everything and just wanting to continue to write music, put out music, and really just pursue that. So that's kind of what's going on with me right now, but that's Carli.
Perfect. That's so cool.
Wonderful.
Cool. So you recently put out a single in April. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that the right song? That's right. Apple Music can be a bit funny sometimes. I didn't know I got the right one. Prove me wrong. So tell us all about that song.
Mm-hmm. So I wrote that. It's crazy. It's one of those songs. Sometimes songs will take a long time to write, and you kind of gotta put it all together. And I honestly think I sat down with my guitar one night and I wrote that whole song in one go. And it's an emotional song for me. It's past songs that I've put out haven't been so much about me as much as they've just been other stories or things that I've witnessed or just ideas I was inspired by. And Prove Me Wrong was a lot more raw. It was about my last relationship that I was in and just getting hurt and wanting someone to, you want to give them a second chance when you love somebody so much, and just continuing to kind of be let down and just saying like, prove me wrong this time, like this time change, this time make the difference, this time show me what you say you're going to do. So it was scary to put out kind of. It was funny, like when I recorded it in the studio, I think I cried like so many times in the booth with it, and I was like, I'm okay, I can get through it. But I love it a lot, and I was excited to put it out just because it does feel so much me. And it's country, but it's a little bit less country. It's a little bit more pop. But yeah, I mean, that song means everything to me. So the response that I've gotten from it has been really exciting. It's the best out of any of my singles have done as far as streams and, feedback and things. So it's been really exciting watching that, because it really did feel like a giant piece of my heart in that song.
Yeah, that's something that everyone can relate to when you put that raw emotion into a song and stuff. And, even though sometimes people feel like, and writers feel like, oh, this is only just my situation, I don't feel like this has happened to everyone. There's something relatable and sometimes in heartbreaks and everything that others can relate. And yeah.
Absolutely. It's almost like the more specific you make a song, the more people relate to it, which is so interesting. But that's what I found about writing.
That's a great observation.
Definitely. And you can hear the emotion through the song. It's almost like pleading, please, you know what I mean? This is another chance, change for me type thing. But yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely loved it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Nice, perfect.
So tell us, who are some of the women that have inspired you to do music?
So growing up, my grandma would play Shania Twain for me in her car every single time I went somewhere with her. So I grew up listening to so much Shania. And I was, so little in the backseat, just like, that's what I want to do. Like, she's so cool. I'd look at her album covers and, scroll through it all. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, you can do that. And then, so I listened to a lot of Shania growing up, also a lot of kind of Dolly Parton, Reba, a lot of the, big names of country music, which is awesome. And then I also really love Carol Kane. She's kind of my biggest songwriting inspiration, I would say. So, I mean, I think she's so talented. She's so amazing. And just the emotion that she has in her vocals and everything. That's something that I've always kind of strived for. I also love Stevie Nicks. So a lot of the big names like that have inspired me. And then kind of since getting to Nashville, you know, a lot of the other artists that are up and coming, I love Casey Musgraves. I've followed her for a really long time, and she's so inspiring. She's done so well. Tennille Arts recently, I've been really into her, and she's been doing super awesome. So, I mean, it's just kind of constant. There's so much to look at and be inspired by all the time. But I think that my foundation kind of in country music really brought me to where I am now. So once I started writing, it was really natural to just write country music.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
I can agree with Reba. Reba rocks. That's so cool. Perfect.
All of those ladies rock. They're awesome. Great
Oh,
influences.
yeah, definitely.
It's so nice to see someone at your age, and I don't mean this in a negative way or anything like that, to mention Stevie Nicks, because, you know, there's some people that like at your age that are like, who's Stevie Nicks? Like, you know, who's Fleetwood Mac, or, you know, some of those legendary bands. And that's just very refreshing. Thank you.
Yeah, the TikTok making dreams go viral again was really good, because I feel like people know who Fleetwood Mac is now because of that.
Yeah.
But like, I liked it before. No, I'm just kidding.
That's perfect. I love that. So we have to thank TikTok for some good things, as well as some, you know, totally random stuff that comes out of that thing.
Yeah, I agree.
That's perfect. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I have to ask you something. I read on your bio. Here we go. You were the winner of Nash Next in 2017. Is that correct?
Yes, I was the Central Florida winner. So I was a winner for, I think I was still in high school at the time. It might have been my senior year of high school. So it was like, they did it local for all the local radio stations, and then they combined some of the radio stations that were around Central Florida, and we had kind of a competition like show for that. And they chose me the winner, which was really exciting and cool. And then I didn't advance past that round, but I was the Central Florida winner. So that was one of the first kind of big competition things that I had one, and still, you know, I haven't done it since. I don't know if they stopped doing it or not, but that was really cool. My song got to get played on the radio, and I did like an interview with them. So it was really cool.
That's awesome. Perfect. I didn't know what that was. Obviously, being outside the States, you don't hear about these things so much. So that's awesome. Well done. Very, very cool. Very cool. Okay, this is a fun part. Yay! So this is the quick fire question part. Now, as Donna says, there's no right or wrong answers.
Okay.
Anything goes. Okay.
That is correct.
Anything goes. We've had some fantastic answers, so you love this. Okay. Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
What sitcom would you be a member of?
Probably The Office, just because I'm obsessed with The Office. I would do anything to be a part of that cast.
That's very cool. Very cool. If we had a look on your phone or your iPod, what would be your guilty pleasure music? What would be hidden in there?
Probably like 70s, 80s rock, like stuff that my parents listen to, that they make me listen to, that I pretend I don't like, but I actually really do like, so I'll get into it. Probably, honestly, like Prince or something. So my dad is obsessed with Prince. It's so funny. So he plays Prince all the time around the house on the weekends when he's home, like off work. And like, I'm like, oh, I hear this song so much, but I probably jam to it in my car too.
I love that.
Oh, that's great.
Try and hide it so they don't really know that you've influenced them. What's the weirdest, strangest, or sweetest thing a fan has ever done for you?
Weirdest, strangest, or sweetest? I'm not sure. I guess I'll go with sweetest. But so I got to play Runaway Country a little bit ago in Florida. It was in Kissimmee, and the day that I played, there was a really, really sweet little girl that came up, and she had on like a bunch of things. She wanted me to sign like her hat, the bill, all these things, and take a picture. And it was just cool because I feel like I don't get a lot of interaction with like younger kids that I actually don't know that are fans. So it was cool for her to kind of think that I was like somebody really big, you know, that she wanted to meet and have sign everything. I think her name might have even been Carli too or something, and it was really sweet because it was just a really special moment. So I think about that on that day, and that was like one of the shining moments of the day, even though it was such a crazy day. Like that meant a lot to me.
Oh, that's so sweet. It
It's
must
so
be
cute
amazing.
when the young ones come up like that, though.
Yeah.
It's so fun. And I'll play out, because when I'm in Nashville, I usually play out. There's a bar in Midtown called The Row that I'll play out a good bit. And it's older people usually, but every now and then there'll be like little groups of, like families with their kids. And they'll always send like the little girls up with $1 to put in my tip bucket. And it's just so cute, because I'm like, in any way, if you ever want to pursue this, go for it.
That's really cool. I love that. Boots or heels?
Boots.
Favorite drink?
Like, of all time, coffee. I'm a coffee addict. I drink way too much coffee. If we're talking like an alcoholic beverage, I don't really know, but I love a good mule. I don't know why that's been like, I mean, I'm about to be 22, so I'm in 21 for a little bit, but I really love like a good Moscow mule.
Yeah. Perfect.
So let me ask on the coffee, is there like a specific brand or kind or something that like is like that ultimate like go-to, like, Starbucks latte or something? Like, is there a certain specific one?
I'm as much as I love coffee, I'm not like a coffee what's the word, like snot, like I'm not against any coffee.
Okay.
I like black coffee. I'll put like almond milk in it, some sugar, whatever. But I really do, I think I'd pick Dunkin' over Starbucks, and I get into fights with people about this, but Dunkin's better than Starbucks. Their iced coffee at least is a lot better than Starbucks.
I love that argument over the best coffee, Dunkin' or Starbucks. It could be a show.
Let's do a taste tester show on that, yeah.
Which is the best. That'd be awesome. Okay. What's your favorite holiday?
So I love Christmas, but I think if I had to pick one, I'd pick Thanksgiving, because there's not any idea of gifts or having to give. There's not as much stress with it. I love Christmas, obviously, but there is like the stress of giving gifts. Am I going to get the gifts I want? That type of thing. So I love Thanksgiving because it's the same really good food, but it's just family time, and there's nothing attached to it other than just being with the people you love and eating really good food, which that's all I need for life.
That's cool.
Listen.
A decent meal and we're all happy. There you go.
Yeah.
What's your favorite animal?
Of all time, I would say a horse. I love horses. I've always wanted a horse, never been able to have one. So maybe one day I'll have a horse if I have property for it or anything. I love dogs though. I just got a new puppy in November. So he's like my entire life now. But favorite animal of all time is just horses, because they're so gorgeous. I could watch a horse run all day.
Perfect. Okay. If you could add someone to Mount Rushmore, who would it be and why? And it doesn't have to be political. It can be anybody you want.
Dolly Parton. They just did a statue for her somewhere in Tennessee. I remember seeing, it might have been Franklin. I don't know. They did a statue of her somewhere, but I put her face right up there.
Definitely. I think we've got enough signatures to put Dolly on.
Yes, and then Reba too.
And Reba too. There you go. They'll both be up there. That'd be awesome. Okay, what was the first concert you went to?
So I grew up, I'm a very strong Christian. My parents raised me up in the church, things like that. So I went to a lot of like Christian band concerts when I was younger. So that was probably one of the first concerts I went to. But I think the first concert that I ever like chose to go to, I wanted to go to was, do you remember when American Idol, they might still do it, but they would have like their live concerts. So you could go see the top 10 perform. I remember when I want to say 12 or 13, I went to it, and my mom, for my birthday, she got me the tickets to where I was able to meet the artists beforehand. So it was a season that Janelle Arthur was on it, Cree Harrison, and somebody else I think another country artist that ended up doing things. But Janelle and Cree are awesome, and I've kind of kept up with Janelle, which has been really, really cool because she's in Nashville, and she just came out with a song with Dolly, which is incredible. But I think that was the first one that I was like, I really want to go to this, and I went to it, and I loved it.
That was awesome.
That's definitely awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're still doing it. I mean, they said they were going to, and I think with COVID, everyone's just changed everything around. So who knows? Maybe they'll start touring again.
Yeah, they should bring those back though, because I think I went to like 3 of them in a row actually, because I loved it so much, and it was such an awesome experience, and you get to see, so many artists play, so it was really cool.
So, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
What's the best thing since sliced bread?
I'm trying to think of something that like I use so often or like do every day that I would not be okay without. I honestly don't know. I don't want to be repetitive, but I think iced coffee, honestly, because that's like such a big thing that just changed the game. And it's funny because back on coffee, I guess. But I've heard that they say people that drink iced coffee are crazy because you just like you can drink it so fast. Like it being hot kind of makes you tolerate how you drink it, so you go a little bit slower. But with iced coffee, like you can just suck it all back so quick. But I feel like iced coffee, I don't know what I would do without having an iced coffee every day. That's crazy.
I love it.
I'm too young to be so like caffeine, but I need it.
Caffeine obsessed already.
Nothing wrong with iced coffee. I like to make my own. So yeah.
There you go.
If you could talk to anyone, alive or dead, who would it be and what would you want to talk about?
I feel like these are all the questions that I should have been really prepared for, and I wasn't. I'm not
But that's
sure.
the purpose. It's to let you think a little bit, not think too much about it, just kind of an answer and thought.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned Carole King before, but honestly, I think I would really just want to have a conversation with her about songwriting because she's so incredible.
That would be cool. That would be awesome.
Totally agree with you on that. If you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
So I am doing music 100%, but I also I'm furthering my education by going to law school. So I'm starting law school in August, which is kind of really scary, but also really exciting. And the goal with that is to just do entertainment law because I'm really, really passionate about original art and protecting songwriting and, fair pay. And obviously like women in country music that's why I think you guys are amazing. There's so much that needs to change and kind of equaling it out. So I feel like I would just do something to advocate for that. I'd, still get my law degree probably and hopefully be able to just advocate through the entertainment scene.
That's awesome.
Wonderful. And congratulations.
Thank you.
If you were a Disney character, what character would you be?
So I think I'd be Anna from Frozen. And I say this because in high school, I was in musical theater. And so we did this thing called Princess Tea Party. And it was just a whole day of all of the Disney characters and you would get cast in a spot. You'd like sing a song, all the little kids would come and it was so fun. But I was Anna for 3 years. So I did Love is an Open Door and I had a Hans every year. And I dressed up in the dress. I have like the whole costume still. And I loved it so much. So I think I'd probably be Anna.
That is so cool.
It is. I don't know who I would be. I honestly don't. I just love to ask that question from whenever else has their inspirations because I'm like, I have no clue. But so anyway, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Chocolate. And then if there's like a chocolate peanut butter, I'll do that. But I'm not very like extravagant with my flavors.
At least it's not coffee.
I was gonna say.
I was waiting for the coffee. I was like,
coffee, you guys be like, this girl's crazy. We gotta stop.
Oh. So other than coffee and iced coffee, what's your favorite snack?
I'm trying to think. I don't even know. Probably like popcorn or something. I really like, have you ever had the popcorners? Like the kettle corn, like popcorn chips? Popcorners are really good. I could eat a whole bag of those in like 2 minutes probably. So maybe popcorners, that's like a go-to snack.
Perfect.
I love popcorn.
So hypothetically, if I told you I need to hide a dead body, do you know a good place?
I honestly don't think I do. I'm trying to think like we could go like bury it on the beach or something. Like I don't know if anybody would find it, like get it in a dune. I don't know if I do. I would just be like, just dump it in the river. That's the best I got. I don't know. Throw it off the boat in the ocean. Like, I don't think I got anything better than that.
Well, we are both currently in Florida, so that would probably work, You
could probably make it happen. We'd be okay.
So what would be a good theme song for your life?
So not like, I don't know that it's necessarily like a theme song for my life, but just like, how everybody like has like your walkout song or some type of song that just like gets you so hype. It's Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain. I feel like just like the da 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 da, and then Let's Go Girls. Like that just hits so hard. So probably that.
I love that.
That's perfect.
That is.
If you could recommend an artist, an album, even just a song to our audience that you'd be like, you have to hear this before you die, what would you recommend?
Again, probably repetitive, but Tapestry by Carole King. I think that album is an absolute work of art. So, or maybe Clouds by Joni Mitchell, because that's a beautiful album as well.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Great choices.
Yes, definitely. Okay. Who is your favorite CWC host?
I'm gonna embarrass myself. I'm sorry.
Crazy Women Country. Who's your favorite?
You two? I can't pick a favorite. You guys are both my favorites. That's so. Both of you, co-favorites.
Yeah.
We're glad that we're both your favorite. We feel so special.
I don't know why, but my mind went to which doesn't make sense. But what is it like some like box or like MMA fighting or so? It's something similar to that, like CWF or something like that. That's what I thought you were talking about. And I was like, I didn't really watch that. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's WCW World Champion Wrestling or something like that. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking of, and I was like, I don't really watch that stuff.
I need to say who's your favorite Crazy Woman host. Yeah, I need to say that.
Both of you.
CWC kind of confused me, but
I was like, I'm gonna look so dumb for a second, but I don't know what that is.
Well, you're not the first one I've caught out with that, and you're definitely better. Don't worry, it's all good. So tell us, what have you got planned for the rest of 2021?
So I have actually really exciting stuff coming very soon. I wish I could give you guys a date for these things, but I have a music video for Prove Me Wrong that I'm holding on to, and it's been very, very hard to have it and not put it out yet, but I'm just kind of working on having the best strategy for that and hoping to get it premiere some places that would be incredible. So just kind of holding back on that news until I have anything set in stone. But music video for Prove Me Wrong, and then I have another single that I'm going to get out before the summer ends as well. So really excited about that.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Definitely looking forward to the new music.
Yes, definitely. Really excited. I'm really excited for the video for that song, because that song is awesome. So the video is going to be amazing. So, right, yeah. Perfect. Well, this has been so much fun. So much fun. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you guys very much for having me. This was awesome.
No worries. No worries. So,
It's been our pleasure.
Yeah, if you have any music coming out, let us know, and we'll do what we can to, do a live or something. That'd be cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Perfect. But,
Thank you, friends, for joining us for another episode of Crazy Women Country. Have a great day.
bye.
If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.